I don't know how to start a video, but I'm Hootless, and this is Stardew Valley, doing it all, episode something, like 15 I think. So not a whole lot interesting happens this episode. I do plant the summer seeds finally, and also I start trying to give people mayonnaise, and I do have like a little image that I pulled up at some point. Also, I noticed that there's this black smoke right above my tree, and I don't know what that is. So, if any of you guys know what the little black smoke bubble cloud things mean when they're showing up like that, just put a comment below, let me know, because I have absolutely no idea. I've never noticed that happening before, so yeah, it's beyond me. But anyways, I have a little graphic that shows me which villagers like sashimi, which villagers like only mayonnaise. Like, only sashimi, only mayonnaise, or both sashimi and mayonnaise. So, I'm using that to start gifting people things. I do have to upgrade my house so that I can start getting sashimi to gift the last 5 people sashimi. And just in general, it'll make it easier because I can start giving the likes either people sashimi as well, rather than having to rely solely on mayonnaise. That's pretty much the plan there. It's going fairly well. I have a little bit of trouble finding people, but I only have to find them twice a week, so like I can just look around, find whoever I can on, the first few times, and then hunt out specifically whoever is left after that. So I'll do that over and over for the rest of the series, basically, as I'm slowly trying to collect all of the things. I haven't checked recently what all I have to collect in summer, but I will make sure that I do that before it gets too late to be able to get some things. Excuse me. Yeah, I'll check what is summer specific. I know planting an apple tree and a pomegranate tree should both be done in summer, just so that they're grown by the time fall rolls around. You need 4 apples, I believe, like 1 for the artisan bundle. Yeah, it's the artisan bundle, I believe. So you need 1 for the artisan bundle and 3 for the fodder bundle. So I'll make sure that I get an apple tree planted. Pomegranate tree, already planted. There are the black smoke clouds, like I said. I don't know what that means. But I guess we'll find out. Beyond that, I can't think of anything too particular that I have to get. I believe I've actually caught all of the fish for summer already. Let me check that. Fish I have to catch. So I need to catch an octopus. I already caught a red snapper, I want to say. I'm pretty sure I caught a red snapper. And I have to catch the crimson fish, which means that I have to build the bridge for 300 wood. That shouldn't be too difficult. If worst comes to worst, I can just buy the wood and go across. Otherwise, I'll probably chop down trees whenever I can. And that's how we'll go about that, basically. The octopus will be pretty hard. The octopus is like the second most difficult fish to catch in the game, behind the legend. So that'll be pretty difficult. It'll just basically mean that I have to get a couple trap bobbers, and that'll give me the boost I need. Basically, my solution to catching any hard-to-catch fish is just buy a trap bobber and use that, because it makes it so much easier. I wish some of the other bobbers were useful, actually, because the hook one, for example, isn't particularly useful unless you're catching weak fish. But if you're catching weak fish, you don't really need the hook. So I guess maybe, like, with the hook, you could probably catch carp or other really, really low difficulty fish without having to do anything at all. Because you can already sort of do that. I mean, if they just sit still at the bottom, then you don't have to do anything, and it'll just catch the fish without your input. But maybe with the hook, you can catch some of the less difficult fish without doing anything as well, even if they're moving around. I don't know. I'll have to experiment with that a little bit. But for the most part, that one's not useful. The, like, catch time efficiency ones, so that fish bite faster, isn't too useful. There's a couple of those, I think. Just because if you're trying to make money by fishing, then you could just do the journal exploit. If you don't want to do the journal exploit, it still doesn't really help that much to buy the bobbers, at least in my experience. You would definitely be better served buying other bobbers over those ones, unless you're solely trying to catch as many fish as you can in as little time as you can, and you don't want to do, like, the journal exploit. Because since the journal exploit pauses the game while you're fishing, then it doesn't matter if it takes, 2 seconds or 2 minutes for a fish to catch, other than the drain on your sanity from fishing for that long, sitting there doing nothing. So that one's pretty much useless. The magnet trapper bobber thing? Tackle, that's what it's called. The magnet tackle isn't all that useful either. I mean, it does seem to increase the frequency that treasure chests show up, but it doesn't really increase it by a lot. So there's not too much reason to use it. I haven't looked up the numbers on any of this at all, so I don't know how much it increases it by, but when I was using it, it didn't seem like it was all that much. Especially considering the trade-off where fish are less likely to bite when you have that bobber equipped. Tackle, excuse me. So, I don't know if that's worth it, and the frequency ones probably aren't worth it. The hook isn't really worth it. So I think that's basically all of them not really worth it, except for the trap bobber, which is actually called the trap bobber, I believe. I guess the cork one is also useful because it increases your bar size. So level 10 you can increase it, and it takes up like a third of the bar, if not more, I think. So that one can be pretty useful as well. But for catching legendaries or hardfish, I typically go with the trap bobber instead. And, regardless, we're coming up on the end of the video here. So, I hope you guys are enjoying this series still. If you are, remember to leave a like, leave a comment, leave a subscribe if you aren't already, because it really helps out. And you get these videos straight to your inbox every day at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So, next episode, we'll probably try to work on making more mayonnaise machines and just sort of expanding everything. But other than that, I'll see you guys all next time.